Hey, how's it going? This is your Daily Sweet Talk for July 19th, 2023. Uh, I had said I wasn't going to be recording these after the fact anymore, and it's now July 21st. But I want to talk about what I did the past 2 days. It was really like one day, but I was up so late that it went to the next day, and then I pretty much just slept yesterday. But anyway, um, so I went to see Cake in concert in Connecticut. I could have gone to the one in Boston, but I thought the one in Connecticut would be smaller, or I thought the tickets would be better, or I don't know. It was not. It was like the biggest concert I've ever been to. But I could only get a train ticket back the next morning because the concert was going longer than, like, it was going to end after the latest train back. So that would mean I had to just wander around Connecticut all night until the train came, basically. The train to Connecticut was 2 hours late because I guess someone died on the tracks or something. I don't know, something like that. I just heard there was a fatality, and I still almost missed it because I forgot my earbuds and I ran to buy some at CVS like down the block and back. And so my at that point my legs were already killing me, and that was before I was gonna go to a standing concert. Took the train there. On the way there, I sketched some strangers because while I was waiting for the train, I started to just like focus on how everyone looks differently, and I was like, let me practice my art. I didn't ask them if I could sketch them, which is maybe problematic, but it's just for practice. I did just show it on camera, but it's not like you can tell who those people are. It's just two random people. I don't know. That's my justification for it anyway. I don't know. Um, I had a bag with like a pillow and books in it, including my sketchbook and some books to read because I was going to be wandering around all night. Charger, things like that. Pillow in case I could find a place to rest my head. But I wasn't allowed to bring it into the concert because they had like a bag policy, only like clear bags, uh, and so there was like Yale tennis courts across the street and like these weird like trailers. So I hid it like under some steps up to one of the trailers or whatever, and luckily no one found it or called in a bomb threat or anything. And then there was the concert, which I'm not going to get into because I'm talking about everything else I did. But I will say someone had brought. It was pretty good. Cake was one of my favorite bands. They're one of my favorite bands. Someone had brought an instrument that's like the I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing. It's the instrument that that Cake uses. That's like unique to them. And someone brought it and was hitting it throughout the show, which was funny before the show started, but annoying when they were hitting it during the show because it's like you're not in the band. Anyway, so I got my bag and then I started walking in one direction at the end of the road that the venue is on. I started walking in one direction, and I ran into two people and I was like, "Where are things that are open right now?" And they're like, "Oh, we're going to the bus stop. That's going to lead to places that are open." This was my access band to the front of the concert. I'm still wearing it for some reason. Um, so I started following them to the bus stop, and we passed a bus stop, and I was like, "Is this the bus stop?" And they're like, "No, that's not the one. So it's just further this way." And I kept following them, but I was a little apprehensive at that point. It felt like the vibe was off. I don't know. And I was 90% sure I saw one of them holding a knife. So at that point, I just started walking back the other direction to the bus stop, and I just waited there. And then when I got on it and just rode it until I saw an open sign, and missed that stop. So then I got off at the next stop because there was another open sign there. But it was not. It was just someone left their open sign on. I keep seeing that happen. I keep seeing that happen. That people just leave the open sign on. And it's like, well, that place isn't actually open. And so I just started wandering around. I guess that was in Derby, Connecticut. Um, that's where the bus took me. About to run out of time. I'm gonna make this two parts because I'm like 2 days behind on these daily sweet talks anyway. So I'm gonna make this a two-parter. But basically, at this point, I was just wandering around Derby, Connecticut, and I tried to circle back around to like walking back to the previous bus stop I had seen with another open sign. So that's where I was at that point. Was like trying to get back to the previous stop that the bus had stopped at.